Monday update on Major Hurricane Melissa and the impacts that we will see. No major changes from our videos over the weekend, where this is still on track to make its way as a major hurricane towards the south and southwest portion of Jamaica sometime on Tuesday afternoon. So far, the official track is bringing it in around Treasure Beach. However, there are some models indicating we might see it more between Savannah, Lamar, and Black River, with a focus on this region right here. Want to show you very quickly what the models are telling us so you can kind of get an idea. I'm going to stay zoomed in on this area because as we see that eye coming in, you'll see what I'm saying right there. This is Tuesday, 12 p.m., and here is 6 p.m. So over about a 6-hour period, that's when we would likely see that eye coming ashore. Sometime between 2 and 4 p.m. is when it's most likely. Now, that is the European model, and you can see kind of focusing on Bluefields here. I'm going to switch over to the American model. It's a little faster on speed, so that's why you see it already north of Falmouth there. But this is a similar area as the European, just a little more to the south and east around Mount Airy and regions just around Bluefields southward. So that could be a track adjustment coming up for the later advisories in this storm. And then I do want to take you, for those of you on ships, obviously you're cleared out of this area, but for those who have Jamaican ports in their itineraries later this week and next week, we will have to make assessments at Ocho Rios and Falmouth to make sure that there wasn't damage to the port. And that may take a day or two before they could reopen and make their ports available again for Jamaican stops. Now, as we go through the day on Wednesday morning, it will be crossing Cuba, but by Wednesday afternoon, that's where it's crossing the shipping channel that a lot of our ships that are leaving the U.S. use to get down to the Dominican, Puerto Rico, and the Eastern Caribbean. So on Wednesday, even into early morning hours Thursday, that is blocked. There will not be ships running this corridor right here, which also could have impacts on itineraries and possibly causing enough of a delay that some ports have to be missed to keep on schedule for your return date. So then the final thing I want to say is for the Central Bahamas, our ports, by the way, are generally up here. Nassau, Freeport, and then the Berry Islands, where all those private islands are. Those are straight east of Miami, and they are all, in my opinion, going to miss really any major adverse impacts, other than if a few thunderstorms develop away from Melissa, which we have seen in Florida before. If they're slow to move, they could dump some torrential rainfall. But at this point, out of all the possible adverse conditions we could see, I think that would be about it. It's not really about the wind or the swell so much as it will be about potentially some isolated thunderstorm cells producing some flooding. But for those who are in the Bahamas and have smaller craft that are in this area, this is pretty much Wednesday night through the first half of Thursday that it's coming through this portion of the Bahamas. And then by midday Thursday, it's moving on, clearing out of the area and no longer a threat to the Bahamas or portions of the Central Caribbean. However, we will be keeping an eye, of course, on Bermuda, because on Friday, it does get close to Bermuda, although passing to the northwest. But that's my final heads up, is for cruisers who would be experiencing Bermuda, hopefully later this week. Could very well be having a cancellation and needing to change itinerary. So I'll see you back here with another update on Tuesday, or if other things change through the day on Monday. In the meantime, hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe out there, and make sure your family are all taken care of and are taking the storm seriously.